Welcome to the Art of Money podcast with Art McPherson.
And thanks for checking out the Art of Money podcast. My name is Mark Owens alongside Art McPherson and Luke McCarty. All the information for the McPherson Financial Group, you can find it at theartofmoneyradio.com. Art McPherson's had the opportunity to sit down with Art. I got to be serious. I mean, we're probably getting close to triple digits now. Probably close to about 100 superstars, celebrities, athletes, sports superstars as well. And recently you were out in LA for the Pump Brothers Foundation charity event. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's a great event. You know, I lost my mom to cancer. So this whole event is about cancer research, and the cure for cancer. So I'm a big proponent for that, obviously. So I'm always in big on that. But then we have a lot of neat people that go to those events. So it gives us a unique opportunity through our podcast and also through our radio show to do some great interviews, because we have a lot of people out there with like minds. So it just gives me an opportunity to kind of rub shoulders with those guys, talk to them how finances, financial planning, and, you know, the importance of it, and being able to talk with Darryl Strawberry that we're going to talk about today. You know, it gives us an opportunity to really kind of get a look at their life.
Art McPherson had a chance to sit down with the 8-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion. Here's Art McPherson and Darryl Strawberry.
We're on the Art of Money Radio with Darryl Strawberry, and we're out here at the Pump Foundation event. How in the world did you get to know Dana and David Pump?
Well, it's just like everybody. They know everybody.
They do.
They never take a no. If you can't make it, they're like, well, I'm going to keep calling you.
They do.
But I've known them for a long time, you know, through mutual friends, you know, just end up building a great relationship with them. You know, the heart of who they are. You like people that care.
Right.
And I think that's the most important thing. You know, in this time that we live in, what's important? How can you bring so many different athletes from different sports and celebrities and people become a part of a night like this to make a difference? I think when you do get to that place of making a difference, I think people respect that.
So let's talk a little about baseball. How did you get the ability to hit a baseball so well?
Well, I think it's just work. And I think it's about believing in yourself and confidence in yourself, because you're going to have failure no matter what you're able to do on the field or know what you're able to do in life. You're going to fail in life. And if you can accept that, because everybody only want to accept the good, but they don't want to accept the failure part. And I learned to accept that, you know, growing up here in South Central LA and wanting to become a baseball player. That means I had to work. That means I was going to have some struggles. That means I was going to have some challenges, you know, and growing up in a broken home, you know, having challenges, you know, just all the things that you do face. You're going to have to believe in yourself. And I think that's really important for people to understand, no matter how successful you may look, you know, from the outside perspective, because we always make people believe that we're well because we, you know, have success. But, you know, am I truly well on the inside? I mean, I could say I wasn't that way when I played baseball. I'm a different person today. But when I played baseball, I was a baseball player, and putting on the uniform does not make you a man. It just made me a baseball player.
Sure.
You know, and I just need to get that clear out to people, because we feel like, you know, well, how could they make mistakes? You know, well, you're going to make them. You're going to have some setbacks.
Go from nothing to huge amounts of money, and that just enables you to be less smart because you have all kinds of resources at your disposal.
Yeah, well, that's true too. And but I don't think the money part of it is. I think the lifestyle of being in a lifestyle that's out there, that's fast, that's moving, action. You know, nothing's never going to happen to me, and that's not true. You know,
bigger than life.
It's still happening to athletes today. It was happening to athletes back when I was playing and before then.
Sure. And
it's happening to like CEOs and everybody. You know, things will happen in your life because you don't think it will. You know, and I think that's the lesson of learning about life. It will happen to you. I don't care how good you are, how great you are. It will occur in your life. And like I said, I wasn't afraid of that. And I think that's why it brought me to where I'm at today and the way I see life today because of that.
Well, tell me, so you knew as a young man you wanted to be a professional baseball player, but yet there's hundreds of thousands of kids that want to be a professional baseball player, and there's a select few kids that get drafted and get to be a baseball player. What's the process? What was that process of going from high school to kind of, you know, getting drafted?
Well, I think the most important thing is the real determination that comes from within.
Okay.
And like I said before, it's about believing in yourself because, yeah, of course, a lot of us do want to get there. But what happens to so many, and so many very talented athletes in baseball and every other sport. There's a lot more guys that probably had more talent than I was, but they wasn't motivated. You have to be motivated. And what I mean by that, while everybody else was sleeping, I was up working out.
Sure.
I wasn't just in the gym working out. I was working out at the ball field, and I go to the ball field by myself. Well, they say, well, how do you work out by yourself? Well, I go out to the ball field and I run the bases and I talk to myself. That's motivation. That's how you tell yourself. You run the bases, you learn, talking to yourself and tell yourself, I'm going to be great at doing this. I was motivated when I was young to do those particular things.
So I have a baseball question for you as we wrap it up here. So I grew up outside of Philly. So I'm a big Philadelphia Phillies girl. Sorry. However, so now in the divisional race, got your Mets, got the Atlanta Braves, and then we have my Phillies. So who are you calling there in that division?
Well, of course, New York, I mean, Philly, you sit here and tell me you grew up in Philly. Oh, my God. The fans in Philly.
I know, we're brutal.
Yeah.
We are brutal, for sure.
Hardcore fans, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they let you know. They let you have it. But I love playing in Philly. Of course, we used to beat the Braves so much, back then. And the Braves are a different organization now.
Sure.
Well, they were back in the 90s, too, when they had Maddox Smokes and all those guys.
Sure.
But they are an organization that's built around young players, which is great.
Sure.
And then Philly, they just got off to a rough start.
Yes.
I think they have a lot of talent. I think they played the Mets a couple of weeks ago, and
It's
they didn't beat them.
Too.
They didn't beat them. You got to beat them.
Right.
You got to
Oh,
beat the
for sure.
team. You got to beat the team in front of you.
For sure.
So the Braves just won 3 out of 4.
They did.
So you look at that and say the Braves are really going to be the team that they're going to have to probably deal with at the end of the day.
Correct.
But the division of the Eastern League has always been tough, and, no one team is running away. But they thought the Mets were going to run away with it. But, the Braves were asleep, in April. But they finally woke up and
They did
got
wake
going.
up.
Darryl, thank you for being with us today. We'll see you around here next couple days.
Thanks for having me.
I got a member of a world champion Mets team and a Phillies fan to admit that the Braves are doing good things. That was the best interview ever, Art McPherson.
Thanks for listening. Want more from Art McPherson of McPherson Financial Group? Find us online at artofmoneyradio.com. We are an independent financial services firm helping individuals create retirement strategies using a variety of financial and insurance products to custom suit their needs and objectives. Securities offered through World Equity Group, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Investment advisory services offered through ProStatus Group, LLC. McPherson Financial Group and ProStatus Group, LLC are separate entities and are not owned or controlled by World Equity Group, Inc. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Investment financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. Art McPherson is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Arthur McPherson. Florida Insurance License number A174. 725.
Today's show has been a work of art.